I come this morning to sound the alarm. And I want my colleagues to understand that it is just 10 legislative days remaining before Congress, if we do not act, the Export-Import Bank will shut down. And this is outrageous that we're here today in this countdown as the hands of the clock have become a knife edge pressed against the future of American businesses and the jobs they create. The Ex-Im Bank has a proven track record of supporting hundreds of thousands of jobs in every single congressional district across this country. And the fact that anyone would even consider shutting it down is short-sighted and harmful to our economy. Ex-Im supports our businesses and our workers, all while not costing taxpayers a dime. In fact, over the past 2 decades, the bank has generated a profit of close to $7 billion, a true win-win for our taxpayers. But for the ideologues who are committed to chopping away government programs that support our nation's students and seniors, exporters, and others, the facts don't really matter. They just see ending the bank as a conservative litmus test. Mr. Speaker, it is simply shameful that the extremist anti-government wing of the Republican Party has once again pushed us to the brink of actively damaging our nation's businesses and our competitiveness with this standoff. It doesn't have to be this way. A majority of the House of Representatives is already on record in support of a long-term reauthorization of the bank. And it's time for Speaker Boehner to intervene by immediately putting a measure up to keep its doors open for a vote on the House floor. For 2 years, despite the calls from Democrats and Republicans, Chairman Hensarling has made it clear that this manufactured crisis is exactly what he has wanted all along. This is not a fight between Democrats and Republicans. It's a fight between ideology and reason in the Republican Party. While the ideologically driven crusade to eliminate the bank may be a game here in Washington, it certainly isn't a game for the hundreds of thousands of our businesses all over this country. For example, let's take Michael Boyle, a Republican and a veteran, who recently testified that thanks to the bank, he has been able to quadruple his company's revenue and expand his business from just 8 employees to 60 currently. Mr. Boyle's story is the American story of thousands of businesses across this country, large and small. They rely on the bank to compete on the global stage, and nevertheless, in the United States Congress, we are talking about shutting down one of the best resources our businesses have, just to make a political statement. As the deadline for reauthorizing the bank nears, I have been encouraged to hear increasingly from some of my Republican colleagues who have come out and said enough is enough. As a matter of fact, as I sat in committee, I was very pleased to hear Mr. Fincher, a Republican, say that his wife told him, "You don't represent and you don't work for the chairman of the committee, Mr. Hensarling. You don't work for the Speaker, Mr. Boehner. You work for the people who elected you to come to Congress." And Mr. Fincher basically said to his chairman, it's time to stop playing the game. We've got to reauthorize the Export-Import Bank. I want you to know that Mr. Hensarling and those right-wing conservatives who want to use this as a political point will have you believe, oh, this bank is only for big business. But that is absolutely not true. Not only does the bank support thousands of small businesses, but the suppliers to the big businesses are small businesses all over this country who rely on the Export-Import Bank for their ability to create jobs and have businesses in their districts. And so all of the members on the Democratic side of the aisle support the reauthorization of the Export-Import Bank, and many of the members on the opposite side of the aisle support the bank. And so I don't know why the members on the opposite side of the aisle can't rein in their chairman. I don't know why they are afraid of him. I don't know why they don't speak up. We have 10 more days. Let's get busy and get this bill reauthorized and this bank. And I'm asking Chairman Boehner to exercise leadership and get it done. I yield back the balance of my time.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr.